Nestled on the south banks of the Pocomoke River, Snow Hill is a place where life is gentle, fun, and prosperous.
It really is very charming. We're full of history in this town. Lots of opportunities for people that want to just go birding.
A place where you're greeted by one of the most beautiful rivers on Delmarva.
It's a town that some of the best local artists call home.
I'd like it to nourish the community and nourish the heart and the soul of the people who are here.
And a place that makes you feel at home, even if it's just for a night or two. Waffles, anyone?
When I offer my food in the morning, I tell everybody about the world-famous waffles.
Get ready, because today's installment of DelmarvaLife Small Town Series takes us to the town of Snow Hill. Welcome to our fourth installment of the DelmarvaLife Small Town Series. Today, the entire show is devoted to the town of Snow Hill.
Yeah, you know, Snow Hill has been around for a long time, more than 300 years. It was actually founded in 1686 by English settlers from a division of the City of London named Snow Hill. Back then, it was a part of Somerset County. In 1694, the town was made a royal port of entry by King William and Mary. The Pocomoke River fostered commerce and farming flourished in the surrounding area. As a result, the residential population grew. Now, that prosperity can still be seen today with some of the stately houses there along Federal Street.
Yeah, but there was a disastrous fire in 1893 that destroyed Snow Hill's original downtown area. Many historic homes, though, and public buildings were spared. As a matter of fact, the Maryland Historical Trust has referred to the town of Snow Hill as one of the most historically intact towns in the state of Maryland.
How about that? Now, Snow Hill has a place in popular culture as well. Many refer to the town of Berlin as being the filming location of the 1999 hit movie Runaway Bride, but not all of the filming was done there. The scenes at the softball game and football practice were filmed behind Snow Hill High School.
Remember that. I remember that. Now, while filming of Runaway Bride brought famous people to the town of Snow Hill, you know, there was a few famous people that are from Snow Hill, and they've spent some time there. William Julius Judy Johnson, he was a player in the Negro Baseball League, later a scout in the major leagues. 1975, Johnson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Judy Johnson, born in Snow Hill, October 26th of 1900, and just this year, the town erected a monument in his honor.
And NFL running back Ben Tate attended Snow Hill High School during his senior year in 2006. Tate, of course, plays for the Cleveland Browns. Now, if you want to learn more about Snow Hill's history, then you'll want to make a stop at the Julia A. Purnell Museum. It's located on Market Street in what was originally the St. Agnes Catholic Church, built in 1891. Now, the museum is named after Julia A. Purnell, who at age 85 became a successful fiber artist. Her needlework depicted homes, churches, and gardens of Snow Hill. Today, the Julia A. Purnell Museum offers interpretive exhibits of many aspects of life in Snow Hill and other parts of Worcester County.
And we've had the pleasure of showing her stuff off
We
on
have.
DelmarvaLife before, too, many times. So as we mentioned before, farming has always been a mainstay in and around Snow Hill. For the past 20 years, the town has celebrated it. The first Saturday of August is when you can catch the annual Blessing of the Combines, a celebration of farming, including a parade of farming equipment, old and new, big and small. You'll see it all in downtown Snow Hill. It's part pageantry and it's part prayer, as a harvest season prayer is offered.
And not far from downtown Snow Hill is another place where you can learn about the rich history of the area. Furnace-Town Living Heritage Village is where you can take a trip back to the mid-19th century when a company town of about 300 people lived there. It was owned by the Maryland Iron Company, which operated the Nassawongo Iron Furnace. Now, in its heyday, many workers labored to make iron from bog ore they gathered from the Nassawongo swamp. Now today, Furnace-Town is a museum and learning center with several programs for schools and the general public. It's also home to the annual Celtic Festival, which is a really fascinating event.
It's an amazing place.
Well, still ahead on DelmarvaLife Small Town Series, we are going to dive a little deeper into Snow Hill.
Specifically, the Pocomoke River. Actually, we plan to keep our head above water, at least 102.5 WBOC's Corey Phoebus does, as he learns about the different ways that you can take in the beautiful bald cypress-lined waterway that greets you as you make your way into downtown Snow Hill.
And it's natural beauty like that of the Pocomoke River that draws artists to the Snow Hill area, artists like Nancy Ellen Thompson. We're going to visit her historic home, which is also her studio, to learn more about her and her passion to bring out the artist in all of us.
The banks of the scenic Pocomoke River, also where you'll find this historic bed and breakfast. You're going to meet the owner and get a tour and find out why you don't just get a serene getaway. You'll be treated to what's touted as the world famous waffles.
That looks good.
It does.
And something else I like, shopping, and there's plenty of shopping in Snow Hill. We're off to Sassy Girl Boutique, where its history is just as rich as the items are unique. We'll also explain how this place is a dream come true for its owner. You know it's going to be a great show.
Our celebration of Snow Hill continues right after the break, so stick around. You do not want to miss one single second. Keep it locked where you got it. DelmarvaLife will be right back.
DelmarvaLife is brought to you by Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. The law offices of Tunnel and Razor, Spicer Brothers Construction, Gateway Subaru, and A&A Companies.
At the heart of Snow Hill is the beautiful Pocomoke River. The 66-mile-long river runs from southern Delaware to the Chesapeake Bay. You can see the Pocomoke River as you cross the bridge into downtown Snow Hill. But if you want to truly experience it, you need to get out on it.
And fortunately, the Pocomoke River Canoe Company and Pocomoke River Cruises offer unsurpassed ways to experience one of Delmarva's natural wonders. So, 102.5 WBOC's Corey Phoebus recently set sail to see for himself.
Growing up on Delmarva, I'm sure you already know this, but I spent more time on the water than I did my actual house, which means that I got to take the day off work, basically, to come out to Pocomoke River Cruises. Here with me, this is Jerry Nolte. Jerry, how are you?
Just fine. How are you doing today?
First off, thank you for letting me take the day off and come out and hang out with you on the boat.
Oh, you're welcome.
So talk to me a little bit about Pocomoke River Cruises. You take people out.
We take people out 7 days a week. Whenever we get people to call up and decide they want to go, we'll schedule it. And if anybody else calls up, we'll put them on the same schedule or whatever. Some people like the boat all to themselves, and we can do that too.
Now, just the short ride that we had out here, I noticed how peaceful this was. This is more relaxing than anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, half the time coming down the river on the way back, people are falling asleep on the couch. I mean, it's just totally relaxing.
So how many people should I bring?
You can bring anybody from 1 to 9 more.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Now, how long does the cruise actually last?
Cruise lasts about an hour and 45 minutes. We go to a particular spot upriver where we turn around. We've got a big tree up there. It's called the wedding tree because we did a wedding up there.
Very cool.
And it's 350 years old approximately, so it's a big old bald cypress. And that's where we turn around and come back because you can't really go any further on a boat this size. Canoes can go a little bit further.
Now, I was looking around and I see a lot of wildlife. What's the coolest thing you've seen out here?
Well, recently the coolest thing we've seen is a barred owl come flying straight down the river and right over the top of the boat. Usually they fly through the trees, so they're hard to see. But we also have beaver out here and river otters, but they don't come out up very often.
And of course, turtles.
And turtles, lots and lots of turtles. We have painted turtles, red-bellied turtles, and snappers, which you don't see too often.
Now, if you can tell from all of our hair, it is a little humid out here, but one thing that I can't complain about is mosquitoes. How is there no mosquitoes out here?
No, there's never any mosquitoes out here. These bald cypress trees leach a chemical called tannin into the water through their root systems and their decaying needles. And that tannin is slightly acidic. Mosquito larvae cannot develop in it.
So this is a comfortable ride all summer long. So if you're looking for a nature enthusiast, somewhere to bring the kids, or maybe a sweet date idea, this is the way to go. Jerry, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
If you have time, one thing I'll emphasize, a lot of people will bring a cooler along with food and beer or whatever, and I tell people it's legal, you can bring it.
Okay, cool. So you can enjoy it that much more. Now, next I'm going to get into the nooks and crannies of the river, just like we talked a little bit about earlier. I'm talking about a thing called a canoe. And this is about as tight of a nook and cranny that I could possibly find out here. Man, talk about a day off work. Folks, this is Barry Laws of Pocomoke River Canoe Company. Thank you so much for letting me out here.
Thanks for coming.
Now, the point of a canoe is to really explore, have a little personal time, get into the nooks and crannies of the river, and be a little bit more agile, I guess, right?
Yes, this boat's ideal for that.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
We've done it 36 years. This is our 36th season.
You ever get tired of it?
No, not at all.
Of course not. So, how do we who do I bring with me? Can I go by myself? Should I bring a bunch of people?
Well, we have single kayaks, double kayaks, canoes. You can just come by yourself or bring a group. We have groups that come all the time and enjoy it together, but you can also go by yourself.
Now, I need you to explain what's behind us. This story is so cool.
Behind us is a Manhattan fishing boat that was brought up here and donated to the Sea Scouts of Snow Hill. They were not able to do anything with the boat. It basically had been stripped. There was nothing of value left on it. The boat was above water. It was floating, but it eventually has sunk. You can still see parts of it, but that's what's left of it, what you see behind us.
Very cool. And you guys are online. We can get a hold of you that way and find out more information?
Yes, please do.
All right, folks, whether you're looking for some history, wanting to check out some wildlife, maybe enjoy some time by yourself, even with your friends under the beautiful sunshine, this is certainly the place to do it. Back to you guys.
Got your interest, huh? Mm-hmm. Good news for you. Pocomoke River Canoe Company and Pocomoke River Cruises, both open 7 days a week.
And I highly recommend getting out on that river. It is beautiful.
Looking at some of the scenes in Snow Hill, it almost seems like you have stepped right into a painting. But this here, that's real life.
And as we were putting the show together, we realized Snow Hill is home to several artists. One of them is a woman who does it all. She draws, does watercolor and acrylic paintings, and runs her own working art studio.
And you can become a student of hers if you'd like to try out your artistic hand. You can even join her in her travels. WWOC's Heidi Warosta visited the Nancy Ellen studio and gallery to see what it has to offer.
Nancy Ellen Thompson has been living in Snow Hill for a few years, but she's been an artist her entire life. When she knew Snow Hill was going to be her new home, she wanted to find a place to live and to work, all in the same building.
Which meant that I was going to have a loft. And I happened on this place with the help of several people that just said, look at this, you could get this for a good deal.
That's been her favorite thing about this place.
Living upstairs and having your business downstairs.
She says it makes life easy. Her home has a lot of history. This elevator wasn't working when she moved in, but now it is after a little tender love and care.
We've got an old elevator here in the corner, and it just has been nice for having, bringing up our luggage, our groceries, and things like that. But I saw the potential in this, and it is a wonderful way to live.
This entire space was once a hardware store, but now it's a working art studio and gallery.
I teach watercolor, acrylic, oil, and we just have classes.
Most of those classes are 1 or 2 day workshops. She'll teach you practically anything, but she does prefer some art techniques over others.
Watercolor and drawing and sketching. One of the reasons is it's quick and it's clean, and I love the feel of it, and it's also easy to take when I travel.
Nancy says you don't have to have any experience because she'll teach you how to get started. And if you do know the basics, she can help you take it to the next level.
I do teach master classes as well. So all levels, just talk to me and find out what's best for you, and I will steer you in that direction.
If you plan on taking a class, you better contact her first, because she might not be around. She also travels. In fact, you're invited to go with her.
I travel and take groups to Italy, to Poland, to Ireland, and we have a wonderful time. You don't have to be an artist, but if you want to take something with you, this is the best medium to take.
While you are traveling, you will learn about all of the different types of art that the world has to offer.
We have cooking classes, we have wine tastings.
It isn't exactly an art class, but they can be if you're interested.
Sketching, photography, we visit craftsmen. So it's not necessarily a workshop to do art, but we do sketch if you want to.
These trips also offer an opportunity to make connections.
It's kind of neat because I meet many people through this, and then they come here to do workshops. And we've had people come from all different states that have been here to Snow Hill just because they want to come and do a 3-day or a 5-day workshop.
Whether you're into painting or just observing the arts, she has something to offer everyone.
A lot of people are scared of the arts, and you don't need to be, because the only person you need to compare yourself to is yourself. Where were you yesterday? What are you doing today? Learn something new.
lessons that just may last you a lifetime. After all, becoming an artist is just one brush stroke at a time.
Isn't that something? Nancy was an interior designer before she moved to Snow Hill, and get this, art apparently runs in her family. She has 2 daughters, 2 granddaughters, and 2 grandsons who are also artists.
Wow, what a family.
Art is all around you, especially in Snow Hill. You know, we just met Nancy Ellen Thompson, who is not only creating her own art, but she's fostering new artists.
And that seems to be a common theme in this Worcester County town. WBOC's Heidi Warosta visited another art studio, the Regal Beast on Washington Street, to see how other local artists are showing off their creativity.
Ellen Tolliver bought this nearly 100-year-old building back in 2005. It wasn't always an art studio, but now it is. And it's a place where the community can grow in the arts.
I want to fill this place with young people and old people who just want to get their hands into clay. And I have a particular philosophy, which is not traditional. I am a proponent of quantum biology, and I want people to understand the organics of clay.
She means that she wants you to become one with the clay. Ellen claims it makes using the wheel easier.
The clay is nothing but packaging of electrons and protons, just like you.
And when she sits down on the wheel herself, it's all about being in the moment.
Sometimes I start with a wheel-thrown piece, and then I'll have some kind of a form that I'll lay that on, and then begin building and carving and naturing and just doing all the things that the clay tells me to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I start.
Almost everything that's in the studio is for sale, but it's really all about the community, especially because her studio doesn't just feature her artwork. The Regal Beast is a co-op art studio. It gives another artist the ability to come in and work.
Someone comes in, I say I can let you use a prescribed area, but the way we do it is we have a lot of common areas.
A space to get away for all hours of the day.
It gives people an outlet from their routine, their home.
As of now, there are 6 different cooperative people who work here. It can be anything of the arts. Some of her co-ops do weaving, painting, and glasswork.
So now we're in the studio and we're doing some fused glass, and the expert here is Don Cheeseman. So what exactly is the glass here?
Well, thanks for calling me an expert. I appreciate that. Glass is generally broken into 3 different categories. One is cold glass, which is just regular leaded stained glass. One is warm glass, which is what I do.
Right.
And what I do is I fuse the glass together on a sheet of glass of some kind and heat it up to around 1700 degrees, and all the glass combines into a single piece.
Show me a little bit
What
here.
we're doing is we're going to make a platter, 12-inch square platter, and we're using a variety of mosaic pieces. Well, let's finish at least our basic pattern here.
Okay. So
and line it
a
up.
little crooked.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We'll even it out once everything is
Yeah.
in place.
Doesn't have to be perfect now, right?
Right. We're laying that down in the pattern that we choose.
Right.
And once we cook it, it will fuse into itself. All the little lines and cracks that you see will more or less disappear.
That's all once more pieces of glass were cut, and once the plate was placed in the kiln. And the finished product became this beautiful platter. Don is just one of the co-ops, and he has his area that he uses to express the art in him. And that's exactly what Ellen wants.
When you walk in, you feel signs of life. If it was just a clay studio, the dust would be this thick, and it would be very boring. It really would. So I like the fact that he's doing glass in the next room, and that she's doing calligraphy, and she does window painting. But it gives everybody a home base to work out of.
They are always welcoming more artists, as they will make room for you to join.
I'd like it to nourish the community and nourish the heart and the soul of the people who are here.
It's about letting the light shine through the art that you design.
And not all of the co-ops teach classes, but Ellen does, and it's oftentimes a one-on-one or two-on-one session. Dawn will also teach if you want to learn about glass fusion. And by the way, the name the Regal Beast comes from the horse logo that she uses, and the horse became known as the Regal Beast. And that piece that Heidi was working on, here it is. Isn't that pretty?
It is. It's gorgeous.
See, anybody can become an artist.
Love the way that turned out.
I do
That is
too.
very nice. Most of the buildings in downtown Snow Hill date back to the turn of the century when they were built following that major downtown fire that destroyed many of the 18th century structures. So you can see late 19th, early 20th century architecture today. Further proof that art is everywhere in Snow Hill.
And as you probably noticed, WBOC's Heidi Warosta is making her rounds in the historic art district. Her next stop, Bishop Stock Fine Art, Craft and Wine.
This is an art gallery, but it hasn't always been. When Ann Coates bought this building, she wanted to renovate this space and return it to what it has been in the past by showing off some of the original beams. By the time the renovation was complete, she said nobody wanted to rent the area. So she decided to utilize the space herself.
Decided to do an art gallery.
But it's an art gallery that features local artists. Coates says that the area of Snow Hill is very creative, so local art seemed like the best way to go.
So we said, well, let's do that, and that'll give us a reason for people to visit. And you put the work on consignment, you don't buy this, you just pay them when you have a sale.
She says many of the artists rely on having income from their artwork. She wanted to be able to continue doing that for them.
We show representational work, lots of traditional landscapes, things that are Eastern Shore focused. We also show some abstract, and the abstract can be just anything from some that are a little more abstract expressionist and some that are just creative in a whole different way. But we do show pastels, oils, acrylics, watercolors.
Not all of the art hangs on the wall. Some is three-dimensional. Art of wood, stone, clay, and some jewelry, and handcrafted pens. Bishop Stock also features a wood carver.
We have Doug Fisher, who's our wood carver, and he wears two hats. He carves and then he works the cash register. He started carving right about the time he'd been doing hobbyist work.
He carves a lot of wildlife, like various kinds of birds, but his claim to fame is the horseshoe crab.
It's really interesting the things that he'll add to his, and so the horseshoe crabs, he's added a barnacle. So it looks like a horseshoe crab that really lived in the bay. And they're very popular. I can't even ask you how many he's made and sold.
Ann may own the gallery, but her gallery dogs contribute to her store.
They are very good greeters. They are not overly anxious. When you come in the door, they greet you and then they sit down and take it easy. But it's a golden retriever and an English black lab. And they are just a great welcoming tool for the gallery.
Whether it's the dogs or the art that brings you in, there is a lot of variety within this gallery. And about 70 different artists are featured here throughout the year. The display you see now won't be here next month.
We change our feature every month. This particular show we have right now is our 170th show. It brings friends of the artist, collectors of that artist, or it just brings people looking for something on First Friday. Because now, when we have an opening, we do a wine tasting. And we do a wine tasting of the wines that we are featuring for our wine club.
Because she says there is an art to wine. They also have some from all over the world. You don't have to be a part of their wine club to try a bottle. But if you do get 2 bottles a month.
A white wine and a red wine, or it might be a rosé wine at this time of year. And we give them an email to tell them what's coming, and then we give them a date when they can pick them up. And they get a little letter with recipes and information about the wines when they get the wine.
As wine and art go hand in hand, there is sure to be something for everyone. There just may be that piece of art that catches your eye.
And Ann says there are 2 months out of the year where there is a general art show for the artists. This lets new artists bring in their work. She says it adds variety to the store.
How about that? Just one of the draws to many of the small towns here on Delmarva, like Snow Hill, is the small town shopping experience. These shops and boutiques usually owned by people who have chosen to call the town home. And one of those shops in Snow Hill is the Sassy Girl Boutique.
Yes, the Sassy Girl Boutique. I just love that name, don't you? And as much as the name is fun and full of character, so is the shop itself. I stopped in to see what it was all about and found out it's not just a boutique, it's a dream come true for its owner. For Suzanne Timmons, Sassy Girl Boutique is something she's always wanted.
Well, it was kind of a dream I had when I was younger, that I thought one day I would just love to own a small gift shop.
That dream became a reality nearly 16 years ago when a local gift shop in Snow Hill closed.
So I just decided to take the plunge, and I opened up a little country gift store at the time, only about 500 square feet, and it started in October 7th, 2003.
Called Lost in the Country, Suzanne says it was everything she thought it would be and then some.
It's been very rewarding, and I've definitely I've learned a lot of great things. I've met a lot of great people. There's been lots of highs and some lows, definitely, that I've persevered through.
In fact, Suzanne has been able to expand her shop.
My original location, I had about 500 square feet. When I moved over to this current location, I went to almost 2,000 square feet. So quite the expansion.
It was during the expansion that Suzanne changed the name to Sassy Girl Boutique, another throwback to her youth.
Actually, Sassy was my dog's name growing up. And it's just always been a word that's kind of been associated either with our family and a little bit of me. So it just kind of came to me one day, and it all flowed together very nicely. And I think it's a good representation of me and my personality, and just very catchy, so it's just stuck and everyone seems to really like it. So
Sassy Girl Boutique is now located in what used to be a downtown Snow Hill landmark.
A local family, born and raised here, had a Western Auto hardware store for 55 years. And the owner of the Western Auto at the time, he has passed away since, but he approached me when he knew that I thought I might want to expand my current business. So he approached me and asked me about coming over here.
After the hardware store closed, it was split up into two spaces, and Suzanne moved her store into one of them.
A little scary at the time because it was quite a much larger space. So filling up this whole store with inventory I thought was going to be a huge challenge, and come to find out it was not.
That's because Suzanne changed up her inventory a bit when she moved to the bigger space.
And not only expanded, but I've also evolved a little bit with the times and changed up what I offer. I used to be a country home decor shop, and we've changed over the years to become a gift store.
Suzanne has also branched out into clothing.
I was one of these people years ago that I had customers who said, have you ever thought about adding clothing? And even though we had added fashion accessories as far as jewelry and handbags, I thought, no, I don't know that I want to get into that whole avenue. And well, never say never, because in March of this year, we decided to bring in the first grouping of clothes, and it's been very successful, to the point that we're getting ready to make half of the store nothing but clothing. So it's gone very well, very well.
As far as what clothes to carry, Suzanne says she just uses her best judgment as to what the everyday girl would want. And so far, it's gone well.
We're getting ready to go into curvy sizes as well, so we can really service all of our customers in a better way.
And when it comes to gifts, the Sassy Girl Boutique has quite a selection.
Staples for this store are my candles. I've got some great hand-poured candles that I offer that are just great sellers. Repeat customers coming back for those. I have a great line of bath and body products. They're made in North Carolina. Great scents, and a lot of people come back in to purchase those things. My jewelry has been wonderful, well received by a lot of people, so that's going really well. And believe it or not, home decor, although you can find that kind of everywhere now, I feel like my personal selection with things has still been pretty popular with people, so I can gather people in from that too.
Suzanne says she didn't have extremely high expectations when she first opened her doors in 2003, but she's very pleased with where this journey's taking her.
I think I had said to myself I was going to do this for about 15 years, and then I would move on to some other endeavors. But at this point, I'm hanging in there, and we're going to see where this takes us.
And Suzanne says that she gets customers from all over, not just from within the town of Snow Hill. A real fun store.
Some neat stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. You know, Snow Hill is only a few miles from the beach, but it's far enough away that you don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle, but close enough that it's not too hard to pop over to the shore and enjoy the sand and surf. Now, earlier in the show, we talked about how beautiful the Pocomoke River is as it flows through Snow Hill.
How about this? Just imagine waking up to the beautiful sight of that water. You know you can at the River House Inn. WBOC's Heidi Warosta took a tour of this centuries-old bed and breakfast, and just as the accommodations are cozy and comfortable, the breakfast is famous, and we're talking world famous.
When Rick Lesser visited Snow Hill 9 years ago, he stayed here at the River House Inn. During that stay, he found out that the bed and breakfast was for sale.
Couldn't stop thinking about it.
So he bought it. Now he lives here and runs the business at the same time. He says the home was built around 1865, but it wasn't until 1990 that it was converted into a bed and breakfast. It's complete with a living room, a dining room, and it has plenty of rooms for those who stay.
We have 4 rooms in the house that we rent out to our guests. They range, they're different sizes, different bed configurations. You know, a room with 2 twin beds, another room with a king bed, and a couple rooms with queen beds.
Another option, a cottage that overlooks the Pocomoke River.
We have 4 cottages in the backyard. One of them is an old converted garage, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, kitchen, living room area, large dining room table. And it's right next to the swimming pool, and that has a big gazebo around it, which is great for any kind of parties or just hanging out with your friends when you come here.
Each cottage is unique, just like the rooms within the home. And whether you stay in a cottage or a room, Rick offers something pretty unique: waffles.
It started with a bit of a family recipe. We tweaked a bit. Gosh, before we moved here, we were making them at special parties and stuff, and when people would stay over, and everyone loved them. So of course, when we came down here, having 2 waffle makers, we were like, well, we'll have to make our waffles. And everyone loves them.
And he says these waffles, all smothered with syrup, are world famous because he has guests from all over the world.
We have tons of people coming from Europe, all the countries of Europe, you know, Germany, England, Romania. We have people all over Asia, Russia, China. Completely amazing. Then we really started keeping track a little bit.
And he says it proud.
When I offer my food in the morning, I tell everybody about the world famous waffles.
Right now, only bed and breakfast guests are treated to the waffles, but that may soon change.
We're really thinking about opening up as a small restaurant. We're going to start as breakfast, give the town a place to come and sit down and have breakfast, maybe a Sunday brunch, serve our waffles.
Lesser says it all depends on the demand from the town, but for now, it's a bed and breakfast. And the best time to book? As soon as you can.
Start booking now. I'd say our phones start ringing and the internet sales start coming in early mid-March, and right now it's pretty steady. People booking for June, July, August.
This beautiful 1800s home and the grounds that it lies on are always being improved. That means that every time you come, your stay will feel more like you're at home.
Go get that phone, all right? Now, Rick also says that he has people recommending the River House Inn, and they've never stayed. Oh, and by the way, if you've got plans for a wedding, they can help you out with that as well.
I wonder if you can have waffles at the reception.
Oh, that would be the best.